So let's go ahead and take a look at we are all connected. Okay, just look at that. You have the devil here, and the devil could talk about some ties, man. Karmic ties. It can be karmic. It doesn't have to be a karmic tie. It can just be that you feel attached to this person. Okay, but anyway, we are all connected. We are dependent upon others for life. When if we destroy the very thing upon which we depend, we too shall perish. We are all connected. We are all one. Do harm to the natural world. You do harm to yourself. You are more than just a part of the human race. You are a child of Gaia. You are a brother and sister to all things and all life. All living things and all life. Love them as you love yourself. Sustain them as you sustain yourself. So that pretty much, you know what that means, right? Respect others, and therefore you show respect to yourself. Love yourself, therefore you show love. You can't love someone before you love yourself. You know what I mean? But you can definitely hurt yourself by hurting someone else. You know, it's weird. But the situation is this, that you're all connected. There's always something that's always connecting us together. You know, there's one thread, and we have to respect and honor that thread, because that thread is you. And it's not to do it because, oh, this is someone else. No, understand this is you too. And I feel like for some of you guys, you know, I don't think you guys have been aggressive, or you guys have gone out of your way to be ruthless or hurtful or anything like that. But it's important to understand that you are connected to them and they are connected to you. You guys are all one. That 2 becomes 1 card is very similar to we are all connected. But it usually talks about more than just one person. It talks about more. It talks about people. It talks about family. It talks about strangers. But the mindset that both of you guys are coming into this is fairly interesting. This side I typically read for my clients. This would be you, Aries, and the other side this would be the other person, your soulmate here. But you guys are allowed to oscillate between, or the change between the side, change between the sides here that resonates with you the most. Okay, so yeah, because this is a general reading. If this was, you know, you can have one of your own on instant go, but I would read it this way for you guys. Okay? So how you guys approach this relationship, or the other person, depending on how you read this reading, is that they have a lot of internal conflict. A lot of internal conflict. Something that's going on in their mind, right? Regarding whether or not, you know, what can be done with this relationship, what's going on. There's some conflict going on. I'm going to actually pull as to what exactly this conflict is, right? Why is the 5 of Wands this person's conflict going into this relationship? What is this? What is this conflict? What is it? What is it? And this may not resonate with everybody because I'm being specific. The Ace of Pentacles, the work that needs to be done, the time and patience that's required before, you know, regarding taking on this new journey, taking on this new relationship. And it makes sense. The Ace of Pentacles is what's going on. And, you know, and it's understandable, right? Because sometimes when things take a long time, or there's something that's going to take work to build, it can give people this kind of like, and I don't want to say anxiety, but it definitely gets their brain juices going, whether or not thinking, okay, do I have everything it takes? Do I really want to do all this? Do I really want to dedicate my time and effort into building a relationship with somebody? You know, and it's not because they don't really want to do it with someone else. It's like putting themselves out there. It's a way of extending themselves. They see this relationship as a challenge in the sense of like, not that they're like, oh my God, I don't know if I want to do this, but more of like, this is a challenge that is going to that's going to help me grow. It's going to help me, you know, get closer and closer to myself, you know, and that's the hard part. But there's a lot of, this person seeing, you know, it comes into this and they're already thinking of, you know, the challenges that they're going to face, the challenges that they're going to, you know, when it comes to interacting with the other person. And then this person is already coming into this with so much love. They know that they love this person. They know that they feel something for this person with the Queen of Cups here. They have so much emotion in them and in their cup that they are just, this person is like very passive already. Not in a bad way, but this person is handing this cup to this individual. In their mind, they know what they want. They know what they feel. And I feel like they go into this relationship knowing exactly what they're going to feel. And I feel like what they feel is the devil. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's like this person feels obsessed and crazy. No. I feel like this person feels attached and connected to this. Not that this card is anything. Like, this person doesn't... I don't think this person truly feels trapped. The Queen of Cups, when she's in love, is not trapped. She doesn't ever feel trapped. So to have this person's mindset be the Queen of Cups, but then the devil, this person could feel like this person's very smothering and they feel trapped. But I don't think that's the case, because this person's got the Five of Cups, Five of Wands. They're having inner turmoil. This person's trying to keep this platonic, if I had to go there. But I don't think that's the case. Some of it is. But I feel like this person feels connected in such an emotionally deep way. Because the Queen of Cups and King of Cups, when they're together, that feeling never goes away. They can be all the way across the Atlantic, separate from themselves, like miles and miles apart. But that feeling will never disappear, because their love is not material. Their love is not something you can feel or touch. It doesn't matter if they're in the same area, in the same place at all. Their love is infinite and eternal and spiritual. And it transcends all facets of life. So this is a really strong connection. Someone feels really intense about this connection, this love for this individual. I don't think this person feels obsessed with the person. Ooh, hit my mic. Sorry about that. I don't think that they feel obsessed. But at the same time, it's just like this person is their heart. And this person could be a Leo. We got water sign energy. We got Taurus, Virgo, not Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have, some of you guys may be seeing a Taurus or Virgo, okay? Or a Capricorn, who knows? Well, we got Capricorn energy here. But this person could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, a Capricorn, or an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Could be, don't have to be. I'm just throwing them out there, because what the hell not? But I don't think this is, this person, the King of Wands, what do we know the King of Wands to have? A big heart. They have a really big heart. Their heart, they rule the 5th house. Leos, they rule the 5th house, because that big heart is a childlike heart. It's full of imagination and adventure and creativity. Children. It is children. This is the 5th house. This is about children. It's all about children. So the King of Wands here, this shows that this person has a big heart and a big generous heart, and they feel proud of the connection. They feel proud. They have no shame of showing that they are attached to this person. They have no shame of showing that they're in love with this person, because they are proud. I don't see any sort of pridefulness in regards to they don't want to seem like they're attached to this person. No, this person is very much aware that how they show themselves to the world is that they're attached, that they're connected, that they're not single. And it's not because, and I don't think that they show themselves to be in an abusive relationship or in a toxic situation. This person could, but I don't think that's the case, because the King of Wands, he get himself out of it. He don't care. This feeling trapped stuff is not about this. He's not about that life. Feeling trapped. What is that? That doesn't make sense to him. King of Wands, him trapped? No, that don't make no sense. Unless he's in a very proud connection and he's happy to show that he's connected with someone. And this person's in love, man. You can't dispute this. This person's in love. I can feel it. That love is for real. And I completely forgot about this person for a second. But I'm not gonna forget you. Don't worry. But this person's in love, man. This person's connected. And I don't think that they're showing that they're trapped. I feel like this person's waiting. Because the way this Queen of Wands is waiting. But, why are they waiting? Why are they doing this? Why are they showing that they're, that they're the devil, that they're connected, that they're, they're bound to someone? It's because of the King of Wands. It's because they're proud. It's because this is they're passionate about something. They're passionate about this. They want to be here. That's why. It's a choice. This person wants to be here. Not because they want to suffer or anything like that, because this is not about suffering. This is something else. This is because they're proud of it. Now, this person, on the other hand, right, with already feeling turmoil, right, thinking about the challenges and the work that's going to be put into building the relationship. But they show that they have the Three of Cups here, which is like not platonic energy. Perhaps I guess they're kind of giving a very platonic vibe. That they're just friends. That they're just, someone that they care about in their inner circle. I feel like this person's in love, right? They know who their person is. Now, here's the crazy thing. The Three of Cups it's very platonic. It's very inner circle and all that. But this person here is showing deep love here. It can't be obsession. But in Aries, And just because I feel love for this individual doesn't mean that maybe your stories for whoever is out there, this could be someone else that's obsessed, that's determined to get whatever the hell they want, and they know that you're their person, and that's it. They're not going to give up. Because the King of Wands is someone that is going to be ruthless. That's someone that is ruthless. They don't care about no's. They don't care about no's. No's doesn't exist to them. You know, they can be really aggressive about whatever they want. If they know that if that's what they want, they're going to get it. And it feels like with the King of Wands there, this person is going to get this happiness. They know who this cup is. They know who they want. And that's it. Dead set, dead on. They're not gonna break apart from that. So this person may be, if this is you guys, right? This person you may want to be careful about, because if this is someone you don't really want to get into a relationship with, leading them on is not gonna be a good thing. But somebody's coming into this just kind of getting together, just kind of grouping up. This is very, some of this could be very celebratory, right? You're really happy about being in a connection with this person. Some of you guys only see this person as a partner. Some of you guys may recognize that this person is definitely obsessed about something. That's a good lay. But, nah, I'm just kidding. I don't think that's the case. But the situation is like, it's really odd to have the devil and then the Three of Cups opposite. I think this person's kind of like turmoil about starting a new beginning or taking an offer. Because I think this person's waiting on a response from this individual. And obviously it makes sense because of where, everyone's intentions are, right? Why this person's acting the way they're acting. It's because this is the Ace of Cups. It's a new Ace of Pentacles. They're taking it slow. It's a new beginning. It's really starting to understand the depths and the responsibility of taking on this new beginning. And yeah, they're kind of thinking like, oh crap. But there's a standstill, the Hangman, because there's a different perspective that somebody needs to take in this relationship, or both parties. The potential for happiness is going to require effort and work, and I feel like this person is waiting. Because they would otherwise take action, but this person's waiting. Think about it. The reason why they're doing it is because they probably already did what they need to do. They already taken action. So now they have to wait. But they're attached to this individual here. It's attached to you. And you're not really extending yourself. You're kind of maybe either you're hanging out with friends or you're just kind of, you're just associating with them as friends. But you know what's going on here. I'm going to pull another card. Why is the Three of Cups in this person's person's display? Why are the person displaying the Three of Cups? Because of the Empress. It takes time. I think you're starting out as friends, but this person's got a crush and has had a crush. This could be a crush. But the Empress is talking about you're taking your time. You're taking your time with understanding the person and getting to know them and learning to build a relationship with them. This could be that you guys were friends starting out and you guys are starting something new. You're just taking it slow because the way you guys have had relationships before may have been very difficult, and you're learning something new. And can be kind of like daunting, and it's binding. And it's like, oh God, you don't want to be attached to anything. But at the same time, I feel like this is you taking your time to growing something and making something happen with this person. You're taking slow steps. Oh man, look at the Five of Swords underneath here. That's ruthless energy again. But this is also doubts, right? Having doubts whether or not this is something worth the effort, worth trying to fight to the very end, to tooth and nail. Oh my gosh, the Knight of Swords. So this is an argument. Somebody had an argument. Somebody has some disagreement. Somebody didn't get on the right foot. And that's the reason why this person's in love. I think this person's waiting. I think this person's really apologetic. If this is somebody that had an argument, this could be someone that's really sad. Well, not really sad, but they feel the immense amount of love. Look at the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups here. And this person is all turmoiled and all up. Like, they don't know what's going on. And right now, they're like in a very platonic area right now because they understand there's a need for things to kind of grow and take time. But they understand that there's going to be a slow start with this. But this person's already their mental is already kind of going all over the place because they're trying to. There's a lot of turmoil. There's a lot of changing stuff that's going on in their head. Tense change based off of an offer or some sort of something was about this connection. I think that the connection was kind of keeping them still because at this moment, grounding them a little bit. Or at least that's the direction in which they have this turmoil. Because I think there may have been some squabble or some sort of argument, some sort of fight. Some things were said that may not have been, that may have been true. Right? May have been true. May have been hard to hear. And it's about recognizing that this is not necessarily this doesn't have to be the end all be all. King of Swords. Wow. It could go on forever in this. But yeah, it looks like there's a squabble. Somebody feels apologetic and they really want to make it work because they don't. And that makes sense when the Eight of Swords came out earlier, because maybe the situation is a new beginning. But the thing is a new beginning, a new possibility, and maybe that somebody doesn't feel like they can go on without them. They can't go on any further. They can't go. They don't see another option. They see another new beginning. They see a second chance. That's all they can ever think of. They're obsessed probably with a new beginning because they don't want to think, or they can't see themselves without a second chance with the person. That kind of makes sense with what we saw earlier, guys. All right, makes sense. But I think this person's apologetic. I think this person's, wanting to, they're connected. They're connected. And no matter what happens, they're still in love. Even if it got a little toxic, even if it got a little bad, even if it got a little bit bitter. The true feelings is that, the love is here. Even though it's in their mental, they know who they love. They know what they want. They know what they want to feel. And the King of Wands, may be aggressive sometimes, but he knows what he wants too. And that's why he don't have a problem taking action. Wow, this is a really deep reading. Wow. Look at your patterns in relationships. It requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. And that's what's going on. I feel like this person either is waiting. Maybe this person is apologetic. Maybe this person is sad. Or this person is waiting for this person to do what they need to do to change. And I feel like this person is really thinking hard on what they need to change. Which makes sense why the Hanged Man is coming up. What brought you two together is the connection. But the challenges you face is the sun. But realizing that you both are connected is to pretty much say that you have this person in your life to show you a certain pattern in how you handle things that can better the relationship going forward. So the Three of Cups may not be that this is seeing this as a platonic situation, but that this is the growth of something bigger, the growth of something, the creation of something, a relationship perhaps, but the reconnection of it. Like I think there's a desire to reconnect, but there is also a change of habit, a change of something, to start something new. That it will take work. It will take work to overcome, to change ultimately. But that hard work and that dedication will prove to be beneficial to you. And I think that's why this look at the partnership is different. It's coming up. And I don't know if anybody's at fault or anybody did anything wrong. And I don't care about the blame or who did what and why. But I do care that the Hanged Man is saying that there's not going to be any single progress until you see what the sun is trying to show you, so you can get the new perspective and walk down that path. But you first have to surrender to the perspective that is showing you that there needs to be a change in the way you handle things and the way you think about things. And I think that's what, I think you already know that with the Five of Wands here. If this is you, Aries, right? Or whoever's watching this is you. I think you already know that there's some changes that are needed. Especially after that argument or fight that we just saw that happen right there.